on Thursday, my dad and I ended up taking this 200-foot, 60-meter merging tape, and we went around the perimeter of the outdoor arena because we are hoping strongly to fence it in this fall to get the measurement, which was about 630 feet. So we ended up getting about 10, I believe, rolls of 100 feet of 2x4, 48 inches tall, our fencing that we will be putting around with cedar posts every 8 feet, and we will also be doing flex fencing and that. And then in the paddock at the back where we are putting them, we are going to put about 300 feet of all that for safety, especially with the minis and that. So any further ado, I'm going to do some measurings and placing some of the poles that we already have here to kind of give an idea and a visual of what it will look like. So all these trees along this pathway to our 2 paddocks back here, I am going to be trimming probably to about that trunk, I guess more at the front trunk and stuff. That I believe is our fence line. And that I might do in the fall more when hopefully stuff are dormant, because I came here once and I did end up getting stung for the very first time and not really wanting to relive it. Alright, so this is one of the first fields. I think a couple of videos ago and stuff, I did do a little bit of me trimming the grass and some of the fence line because I explained it back then, but before I bought it, it's about 2 years since the previous owner had horses here. So as you can see, a lot of overgrowth. That's why I trim the trees down. That's because right now all the electrical fencing is grounded. Nice one. And then with it being such a big space between these two, I think in that section, this one and this one, about halfway through, we were going to put another pole to give it a bit more extra support. And then for this one, stuff, we're finally able to do a walkthrough a couple of weeks I was filming. And again, you can see the electrical fencing that she used. So, because it is quite a steep drop, get too close to the edge of the ravine, but I think this post will actually go in this post. Across, we'll trim this apple tree back. And kind of follow the land and stuff. Kind of little ways in from the very edge of it. Right here. And follow the tree line. And at first I was thinking of going all the way across here, but we said because it'll be very hard to get in a zero turn or a push mower to keep it back so the horses don't try to push on the fence to get to it, we will follow along the bush, so they will have a little bit of a fair. It's not too steep, which is nice. I think very, very nice sized field. We'll cut all this shrubbery down. And I love the run-in shed that we built at our other place and stuff. So I don't think it was as deep as this. Maybe a little bit more inwards. I don't think it was quite as wide. But that's a perfect size for Solo and 3 minis. And then again, wherever it's very wide and stuff, some more. Because if it's possible, we do try to do it every 8 feet. And on our other fence, I don't know if it'll happen here because I don't think we're using wooden boards across the fence and that. But we would usually on the top and the very bottom would usually use 8 feet, and then we would use 12, and then 12 on the center to cut it differentiate the different pressure. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to do some videoing of me getting a lot of these trees more down to size and not quite overhanging into the fields, especially for the ones that have fruit on them. Hey everybody, so this is the last day of this week that I'm doing filming, and I can't remember if it was the beginning of this week, previous week, that I talked about me doing some measurements out of my arena out front to start laying out the posts. But I actually ended up not doing that and took a tumble last night. So because of how heavy the poles will be, instead of that, I am going to today take a measurement of the paddock. This is our second paddock that we are going to be setting up for the horses and that. So I will show you in a minute, and that off to my right there is a fence. It's done like 2 or 3 sections a little bit past the hill, which is a steep drop into the little brook that's there. So that being the case, I don't want the horses to do that. We are redoing the fencing. So without any further ado, let's do some measuring. Alright, just to give you more of a visual idea of where I'll be measuring and stuff, is I'll be starting in this corner and kind of following along, and I think at this post, get closer to that, maybe even halfway through, maybe we'll put a post there, and then go along here. And then this is an apple tree, which we are going to be cutting back in there, which I think I described earlier in this week's video, or later last week's video. Right. So first I was thinking that one, but now that I'm walking closer and stuff, I think I would feel a little bit more better and stuff, because I don't want to get too close to the edge myself. I probably will actually go halfway. And I kind of stand in the middle. So puts us right on this path, which is what we were thinking of doing. So we'll see how this goes with it in here. And if I will read it properly. might not actually work out this way, if only being me. I was really hoping to do the videotaping of it, but I don't have any weight to put on this tape to keep it in place. But I don't think that's going to be working because I think I'm going to be using my tripod. So, I tried a couple of different things. Okay, one with me having on the edge and stuff, and if not, then I probably won't be showing you guys. Or I might even see if I can actually find a stone or something. But I'm actually looking very forward to showing this and to also have it as visual memory. Be right back. So I have brought my paper to record it. I'm going to see if my iPad might be strong enough to hold it into place. Might not work out. Oh, nice if it does. Ooh, that goes Paddock. Onto my feet. See if it's just down. I don't know when it fell, but sadly it did fall. So I would have cut out a whole bunch of time that would have been fallen. But the time it fell to the time I picked it up. So if you had made it this far in the video, we have reached to close to the end of March. It is the 27th, and all of this was done end of September, sometime in October, if I remember correctly. And I was hoping to do more filming of me doing the measurements of the fencing for the field. That day it was very windy and my phone kept knocking over. So I did end up doing all of the measurements for the different sides, and this will be the first main paddock that we'll be getting ready for the horses, along with the outdoor pen because they have a shelter in this one. that. So I am hoping to do a video of us getting all the posts in and putting it together.